This is Matt from the Dice of the Round Table. Welcome to another tactics video. In this one, we're going to talk about Bolt Action 2nd Edition. And the focus is going to be on small and big lists. So, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you appreciate it, leave comments down below if you want to put some of your experience in. So, let's just get down to it. I know out there for like a 1,000-point game, people can say they can get like a 20-plus dice list, depending on the nation you're playing, especially if the nation gives you some free units or a free unit. But what I'm going to look at today is what's running a mixed bag of what you don't normally see. So let me pull that up right now. So on the screen here, as best as I can, I have an American list and then I have a German list. So the American list over here we're looking at is a veteran lieutenant, veteran rangers, 5 rifles, SMG bar, 3 regular squads, NCO SMG bars, some rifles, regular mortar with a spotter, sniper, bazooka, 57mm anti-tank team, Hellcat 2.5-ton truck, and MMG on it. It ends up being 11 order dice, 996 points. I've taken this to a game. I've run this in a tournament, did pretty well. Again, I focused on my 4 squads. I got some anti-tank elements, and it's giving me, if everything gets to shoot before casualties, it's giving me 3 anti-tank shots. It's giving me the bazooka shot. It's giving me the M18 shot with that turret, and then it's giving me the the 57mm anti-tank gun. It's giving me 1 sniper shot. It's giving me a mortar shot. It's also going to give me 4 bar shots. It's also going to give me roughly 22 rifle shots, the lieutenant shot, which is usually I put rifles in mine, as well as it's going to have the 5 dice from the MMG on the pintle-mounted truck. The truck's usually towing the gun onto the action, or if it doesn't need to, I'll put a squad inside. So that's a decent amount of shots. I'm pretty happy with that. That's regulars. They're hitting average. My squads are decent, so they can take some casualties. Now let's look at Germans. Now, because I started playing some of these games online with another guy, Jason, and we've been limiting 500 points, I'm trying different things for my Germans. So this is not a usual German list. This is a dual platoon list. On here, we have a regular lieutenant and a veteran lieutenant. I'll probably mount them with rifles or assault rifles. 2 inexperienced mortars with spotters. I've played mortars. The regular mortars are awesome. The reason why I went with inexperienced here is they're cheaper. They're giving me the same shot. There's no penalty to hit with them because they're indirect weapons. Do they die easily? Yeah. But if a sniper shoots at a mortar team, it's dying on a pretty good shot anyway. And if another mortar hits it, the HE adds to the penetration, so I'm pretty much going to lose guys anyway. So if these do get hit, it's going to hurt, but it's giving me 2 pie templates. So then it's giving me 2 vet snipers. It's giving me a regular 222 armored car as an anti-tank option. I'm taking 3 Ostropen squads with NCO rifle, 8 rifles, and an LMG. I'm taking an inexperienced grenadier, NCO with an assault rifle, 4 assault rifles, and 4 rifles. You can see this is the hard-hitting squad, especially if they don't take that many casualties and they get up to regular at least. It's 2 regular grenadier squads. These are going to give NCOs, rifles, LMG, and Panzerfaust. They're not that big. They're only a 6-man squad. A Heer Grenadier squad with NCO, LMG, and 4 rifles. It's going to give me about 14 order dice, which gives me a good edge a little bit over most people, because most people in these are 1,000-point lists, they're going to have about 10 dice. So I have about 4 dice advantage. If you compare it to the Americans, that's 3 dice advantage. That kind of builds in some pass elements. But it also gives, it's 995 points. I can massage some points somewhere, but it gives me 1 anti-tank shot. So it's weaker on anti-tank, but the odds of someone bringing more than 1 anti-tank, someone might have an armored car and a tank, but then they're not going to have many squads. So it gives me 2 sniper shots. It gives me 5 assault rifle shots, which ends up being 10 dice. So if everything gets to shoot, With the LMG and rifles, it's giving me 10, 40, 120 dice. No matter how bad you roll on dice, 100 is going to be, plus 2 lieutenants. It gives me the Panzerfall shots and the mortars. So that American list, it's giving me 6, if the SMGs get to shoot. It gives me 6, plus the bars give me another 8. So that's going to be 14. Rifles, 22. 36 plus 4 for the lieutenants. So 40 dice of shooting if everything's in pretty good range, compared to 10, 30, 40. If I make the lieutenants with assault rifles, they're 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? 10, 30, 88. So even though I'm only having 3 extra dice, I am getting 48 more dice of shooting. So just playing averages, looking at numbers, that gives you a fair advantage. Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about Ostropen. They're inexperienced. They're shirkers. Yes. If my Ostropen get hit, there's a good chance they're going to go down. They're going to fail their rolls. But the Ostropen, I have 3 squads of Ostropen. I have 1 Volksgrenadier, 1 regular here, and 2 regular Grenadier squads. So I got 3 Ostropen squads, 4 other German squads. I got 7 squads. I'm not flooded. My Ostropens are full out kitted. But what I'm doing is giving me flexibility. If I want Ostropen to camp out and just do ambush orders, remember, they just got to pass. If I slap them to control a zone, I can use them to control a zone. We can talk about that in a different one. But this one was talking about looking at the number of dice you're rolling. So I'm taking smaller units in that German list, but I'm getting twice the amount of dice. I got 2 snipers giving me exceptional shots. I could take out the sniper and the armored car and put in more squads and probably come up with a 3-platoon list for 1,000 points, or make some of those squads bulkier. But I want the dice advantage. So this gives you another idea to think about what you might want to work on. So here it is large, just so you consider it. But this is a lot different between these 2 lists. One gives me a nice balanced list. If I'm going to a tournament, I'm going to probably face a lot of different things. The American list does. The German list just gives me lots of bodies. I can hold objectives. I can just put out shields to shield more experienced units as they come running up, because at least in bolt action, a unit that breaks or disappears doesn't affect the morale of other units. So MSU, multiple small units. It gives you a lot more dice chucking. It gives you play the odds. Yes, it might be harder to hit, but it also forces your opponent. Do I go after the unit that does not have a good chance of shooting at me, but I get to take them off the table maybe? But then, like the Ostropen, you might make them fail their order check. That's fine. They're going down. Go ahead, shoot them. Now they're harder to hit. Now you're probably going to be looking at least 5s to hit unless you get super close. So it just gives you more flexibility, gives you the ability to pass, because sometimes in that American list, oh, what do I want to go first? What do I want to go first? That German list, oh, I'll bait you with this. Or, that's fine, ambush, ambush, ambush. Okay, you get the turn. What are you going to do? And makes your opponent go on their back foot. This could be broken into many other videos, which it just inspired me talking about it. But in this one, we're talking about MSU list. Why would I take it? Why would I take an MSU list? Because it gives me a lot more dice to throw and shoot with, and makes my opponent have a lot more options of what to target. So that's in a nutshell. And bolt action, remember, it's an infantry game. Infantry win the game. A tank's going to get 6 shots That's it with an anti-tank rifle. My infantry squads, I'm probably going to get, let's say, 4 shots. I'm probably going to get, what, 300. The chance to potentially roll like 300 dice to shoot with. I'm going to get some Super 6s on there. The odds are in my favor. Could be a bad game. My mortars, they're 35 points apiece. If they take out one American squad, or they put pins on a super vet squad that someone else has and causes them to fail an order check. I've seen a Ranger squad run up and with one pin fail their order checks 2 turns in a row. I get all these dice, well, as I said, 14 order dice that have the possibility of pinning things. If half of them hit their shots, I've put at least one pin, maybe more than one pin, on multiple units. Where the Americans, they got 11 order dice. Let's say half of them shoot. That means I'm probably going to get about 5 pins. I can pin you and see what happens. So consider running a different list. Go out of the box. Look at running cheaper units that might be risky, but flooding like 1 or 2 really cheap units just to pad your order dice, consider it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if you have a comment.